When you're craving something cold, refreshing, and just a little bit sweet, these low sugar fruit popsicles hit that perfect balance. Instead of relying on heavy syrups or artificial flavors, this recipe lets the natural sweetness of real fruit shine through. Every bite is packed with bright, fresh flavor, whether it's juicy strawberries, tropical mango, or antioxidant rich blueberries, all blended into a smooth, creamy frozen treat. What makes these popsicles stand out is how they're built for both flavor and function. A touch of Greek yogurt adds a light creaminess without weighing things down, while coconut water keeps the texture smooth and helps prevent that overly icy freeze you get from just fruit and water alone. The result is a popsicle that's soft enough to bite, creamy enough to enjoy, and clean enough to feel good about eating. This is the kind of recipe that fits right into your everyday routine. It's simple, flexible, and easy to customize based on whatever fruit you have on hand. Whether you're using fresh seasonal produce or frozen fruit from your freezer, the process stays the same and the results are always vibrant and satisfying. These popsicles are also perfect for batch prep. Making a full set, freeze them, and you've got a ready-to-go snack that works for hot afternoons, post-meal treats, or even a lighter dessert option. They store beautifully, hold their shape well, and deliver consistent flavor every time. From prep to freeze to the final chilling bite. This recipe is all about keeping things simple, clean, and delicious. The kind of approach that defines cooking with Rod. Begin by setting up everything you need for this recipe. Place the popsicle molds on the counter along with your blender and measuring cups. Having everything within reach can make the process smooth and efficient, especially once you start blending and pouring. Gather your fruit and lay it out so you can see the color and variety you're working with. Whether you're using strawberries, mango, blueberries, or peaches, this step sets the foundation for the flavor profile of your popsicles. Cut the fruit into smaller, uniform pieces. This helps the blender process everything more evenly and ensures a smoother final texture without large chunks, unless you intentionally want a bit of texture. Add the chopped fruit into the blender. This is the base of your popsicle mixture, and the quality and combination of fruits will determine both the color and flavor of the final results. Pour in the coconut water. This helps loosen the mixture, allowing it to blend smoothly while also contributing a light, refreshing taste that doesn't overpower the fruit. Add the Greek yogurt to the blender. This introduces a creamy element that balances the fruit and gives the popsicles a softer, less icy texture once frozen. Drizzle a small amount of honey or maple syrup. This step is optional but helps enhance the natural sweetness of the fruit, especially if you're using tart berries or less ripe produce. Blend everything together until the mixture becomes smooth and consistent. The goal is a thick but pourable texture with no large pieces remaining. Carefully pour the blended mixture into the popsicle molds. Fill each cavity evenly, leaving a small amount of space at the top to allow for expansion as the mixture freezes. Insert the popsicle sticks into each mold. Make sure they are centered so the popsicles freeze evenly and are easy to handle once removed. Place the filled molds into the freezer. Set them on a flat surface to ensure they freeze upright and maintain their shape. Once fully frozen, remove the molds from the freezer. Run a small amount of warm water over the outside of the molds to gently loosen the popsicles without melting them too much. Arrange the popsicles on a serving surface. At this stage, you can see the vibrant color and smooth texture, making them ready to enjoy immediately. Transfer any remaining popsicles into a freezer-safe bag or container. This keeps them fresh and prevents freezer burn, so they're ready whenever you want a quick, refreshing treat. And now for the chef notes. These popsicles are all about balance, texture, and natural flavor. And once you understand how each component works, You can adjust this recipe endlessly without losing quality. Fruit selection matters the most. The sweetness of your popsicles depends almost entirely on your fruit. Fully ripe fruit will always give you the best results. Strawberries and blueberries bring brightness and slight tartness. Mango and peaches add natural sweetness and smooth body. Banana, an optional add-in, increases creaminess and reduces the need for added sweetener. If your fruit tastes great on its own, your popsicles will too. Controlling ice versus creaminess. One of the biggest challenges with low sugar popsicles is avoiding an icy hard texture. This recipe solves that by combining Greek yogurt, adds creaminess and structure. Coconut water keeps the mixture light and smooth. Natural sugars from fruit help soften the freeze. If you skip yogurt, expect a more icy popsicle. If you want it creamier, increase the yogurt slightly or add a bit of banana. Sweetener strategy. Because this is a low sugar recipe, sweetener is optional. Start with no added sweetness. Taste after blending. Add enough honey or maple syrup to balance acidity. A small amount goes a long way. This is about enhancing, not masking. Blending consistency. Texture before freezing determines texture after freezing. Too thick, difficult to pour, uneven freeze. Too thin, icy result. You aim for a smooth, thick smoothie consistency that pours easily but still has body. Freezing technique. For best results, keep the molds level in the freezer. Freeze at least 4 to 6 hours, preferably overnight. Avoid opening the freezer frequently during the first hour. This helps the structure set cleanly. Easy release trick. If popsicles don't release cleanly, run warm water over the mold for 5 to 10 seconds. Do not twist aggressively. This can break the stick. Let gravity do the work once loosened. Storage tips. Store in a freezer bag or airtight container. Separate layers with parchment if stacking. Best texture within 2 to 4 weeks, but safe up to 2 months. Some flavor upgrades. Once you master the base, you can elevate the recipe. Add lemon or lime zest for brightness. Swirl in pureed fruit after filling the molds for layered color. Add small fruit chunks for texture contrast. Use coconut milk instead of yogurt for a dairy-free, creamy version. Common mistakes to avoid. Using underripe fruit, bland popsicles. Adding too much liquid, icy texture. Overfilling the molds, expansion overflow. Not tasting before freezing. Locked in imbalance. Final thought, these popsicles are a perfect example of simple ingredients done right. When you focus on quality fruit, proper balance, and clean technique, you end up with something that feels indulgent but stays light, refreshing, and naturally sweet. That's the core of cooking with Rod, keeping it simple but doing it right. And there you have it, your own batch of low sugar fruit popsicles made from real ingredients, packed with natural flavor, and finished with that smooth, refreshing texture that makes every bite worth it. This recipe is a perfect reminder that you don't need a long list of ingredients or a ton of added sugar to create something that feels like a treat. When you start with good fruit and keep the process simple, the results speak for themselves. Clean, bright flavors, balanced sweetness, and a texture that's both creamy and refreshing. What really makes this one special is how easy it is to make your own. You can switch up the fruit, adjust the sweetness, or even change the base depending on what you're in the mood for. Once you've got the method down, this becomes one of those go-to recipes you can come back to again and again, especially when you want something cold, light, and satisfying. It's also a great recipe to keep on hand for those moments when you want something ready in the freezer, whether it's a quick snack, a post-meal treat, or just something to cool you down on a warm day. Make a batch ahead of time, store them properly, and you've always got something fresh and homemade waiting for you. If you enjoyed this one, there's a lot more coming your way. Different flavor combinations, layered popsicles, creamy variations, and even some fun twists that build off this exact foundation. Thanks for spending some time in the kitchen with me. Cooking with Rod, keep it simple, keep it real, and make it taste good.